What's happening? What's happening? 392 Blurred Lines coming back at you with another video. First time coming to the channel, welcome to the channel. Today, I got a package in the mail. No, they're not head gaskets. But they are something that I ordered the other day, and they come pretty quick too. I'm very surprised how quickly that they arrived. But they did come in the mail today, and I will be showing you what that is. Actually, it's right here. Actually, this package right here. But what these are, let me give me a little some open this up so we can see what we got going on. What we got going on, we ordered some push button latches. I didn't want to go with those fasteners where you got to use a wrench or a screwdriver to loosen them or tighten them up. So I decided to go a different route. I went with these push button. It's supposed to be 8 in here. They must be pretty small. I would have thought they had been a bigger package than this, but evidently not. So we're gonna take a look here and see what we got going on in this package. Huh. Those are pretty small. Actually, there's a couple packages in there. We're gonna take a look and see what these things look like. We're going to take a look together. What's got going on here? But these are supposed to be some quick release push button. Man, those are smaller than I thought. I sure thought they'd have been bigger than that, but they're not. Let me show you about how big these things are. Man, that's supposed to hold that trunk. Well, it's made out of fiberglass. I sure was thinking they were bigger than this, but that's it. That's how big they are. That's exactly how big they are. I got a push button. And look at them little posts. Oh, I sure thought these was gonna be bigger than this. Well, I ordered 10 of them. No. I ordered 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'm going to use all 8 of them too from the looks of it. Mess around, I'll be ordering more. But, man, these are smaller than I thought they were. But this is all it consists of. Locks. And locks right on that little, those are quick release. Push it down, they come right up. That's all it is. They sure made them look like they were bigger with their advertisement, but they're supposed to be able to withstand 150 pounds of force. Now that's per button. So if I got 8 buttons, hey, I should have plenty enough to hold this trunk lid down. Now, I don't think I'm going to go this route for the hood. I think I'm going to go with the regular old-fashioned cotter pin. Cotter pin, I guess that's what you want to call it. Hairpin, I don't know what you call it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Quit playing with me. But I may go to old school because when I want to get up under, if I got to get up under that hood quick, just pulling those out, that's it. I ain't got to worry about, well, these are supposed to be quick too, but I just think that for the hood, I want something that I'm a little bit more confident that's going to hold that hood down. As far as the trunk, there's no wind going to be going toward it or pushing up against it because it is back behind the car. But the hood pins on the front, I know that's going to hold that hood down. So, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this hood off of here because I got to take it off. I still got to take these back lights out, but right now I'm really not concerned with taking those back lights out. Just got to get this hood off of here so that I can see exactly how I'm going to mount these. I don't know how I'm going to mount them. I just know that I'm going to mount them. And we can take that journey together. I'm learning this as I go. So it's not like I ordered them because I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna make something happen. So you stick with me, and you can take this ride along with me, and we can get there together. But for right now, I'm gonna take this hood off of here, this trunk off of here, so that I can see exactly what I have to do to mount these posts to mount that trunk lid. All right, so stick with me, and let's see how that goes. Let's see how it happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I got my daughter out here. She's gonna help me get this hood off. It ain't light. It ain't light.
Hey guys. Hey peeps.
So we're gonna try to lift this thing off. Now, don't drop it. It is heavy. Put you under here. Actually, you know what? Flip it like this. Flip it. Watch the car. Because I don't want to back it up. Sit back, back. Right here. I don't want to take it outside because I gotta take these lights out of it. Shouldn't slide too far. Put that on that edge. You know it ain't gonna slide very much. There. Good enough. All right. Thank you much. So this is what we're working with. We're gonna have to try to figure this out. Let me turn you around so you can see what I got going on. Okay, so this is what we're gonna be working with. We're going to be, it's probably your first time looking down in here. Yeah, I did all this. Only thing I didn't do was put these bars in. But other than that, all the tin work, all that you see, I did all that. I mean, you go back and look at some of the videos, some of the pictures, you'll see exactly how I did it. This is where my trunk, well, this is where my battery is. It's back here. I don't even remember how I even put that in there, but it's supposed to. I don't even remember how I did it, but that does remove. It will remove, and I got buttons here that will go in here and it will lock it on. They screw in. See these little holes here. Got these little button head screws that will screw into certain positions to lock those in place. I'll take these Clico clips out and put my buttons down in there. I put buttons on all this. These button head screws. All this. These aren't riveted in. These are all screwed on, so they can be removed. If I need to remove these panels, I can remove them. And I had to make it that way because if I need to take this out, I gotta be able to take these panels up. But that's what I'm working with. So now these buttons, let me get you set up here. Okay, these buttons. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to mount them. I don't know how close I want to go to the hood with the trunk lid as far as to the edge. I was thinking, and this was just a thought, just was a thought. I was thinking of possibly, if these were long enough, of course, that's not a bad spot. This channel, I could come off this channel, but I want to be able to put a trunk seal back on this. This old trunk seal will be taken off. So I'm thinking possibly, depending on how close I want these buttons to the edge of the trunk lid, I may mount these right down in that channel. Because you have a screw that's going to be on the top and a screw that's going to be on the bottom. So you're going to have your screw on the top, and you're going to have a washer. And then whatever this mounts to is going to be mounted, and you're going to have the other washer and the other bolt. If I can get this to show you what I'm talking about here. Okay. So whatever it's going to be mounted to will be sandwiched in between these two washers, which will give me a little bit of play for the height on this here. So if I was to go down inside that channel all the way around it and put my buttons on the trunk lid, it would come down and mount right in place, right along the inside of this channel, and it wouldn't affect my seal. So I was thinking about that earlier. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do this, but that seemed like a pretty good idea. That'd be a good spot here in this corner to have one, in the other corner, one here, maybe one down here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can get all 8 of them, and they will all be in this channel. Let me take a look here. Let me see if we can pull this down here and see how. I think that would be real nice to do it that way. And with this, you can adjust the height of where this is going to sit. You can adjust it. Boy, that sure does fit nice. It's the first time putting it on here since I've gotten this. But as I was saying, if I was to have, say, one here, that's not a bad idea, as long as I got enough room from this edge inside that channel. This may be how I'm going to do this. I know I can't go very far down here. I have to be maybe about right in here because I have a wing that goes on the back of this. So I know I can't come all the way down here with it because my wing actually, if I'm looking at those holes on that one, let me take a measurement. Let me take a measurement here, show you what we're working with here. Okay, these holes here, they're for my aluminum wing for the back. So coming from here, I'm gonna just say directly from the center, you're looking at about 36.5 inches to those holes. So from the center, okay, that would be fine. That'd be fine. I can come down as far as, there you go, right in here. Have them nicely spaced out. Yes, sir. And I would say, I think this is going to work out pretty good. Yeah, I think this might work out pretty good. Like I said, I've never done anything like this before. It's going to be a first time for me. But I will take my time in doing so because I don't want to have to be trying to repair anything that I possibly could ruin. Okay. Okay. I think that would look pretty uniform. As I said, adjust them for the right height. Definitely can adjust them for the right height as to having them push down or snap down in place. I guess the determination is going to be how much channel I have from the edge. I don't want these buttons to be too close to the edge of the trunk itself. I want to have plenty of room between the edge of the trunk lid and the edge of this button, because actually that's going to be a nice size hole. I believe it was a 7/8 diameter hole that I will be drilling for this button to go down inside of. So all that's got to go down into a hole before you can put that nut on the bottom. So that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan as to getting these uniform on this vehicle. Fiberglass, boy, that sure is light. That's gonna work just fine. That's gonna work just fine. All right, that's what we're gonna do. So, you guys stick with me and we're gonna get this taken care of. So, starting off, I just wanna get it level. I wanna get it to where it's supposed to sit. It needs to sit in this, it needs to sit in this area, and it needs to sit flush. I need to know exactly where I'm going to be drilling these holes at, because Measure twice, cut once. And once you take it out, take the material out, you can't put it back in unless you go through a bunch of work, and I don't feel like mixing up no fiberglass. So we're gonna do this right the first time, and we're just gonna keep it moving. So right now I'm just trying to raise it up a little bit. If you notice, I have put you back here, maybe you can see a little bit better as far as what I'm doing. But I'm just trying to get enough distance, enough lift on this to where it's level. Got a little piece of wood in here, along with a fiberglass spreader. Actually, of course, I use it for tinting windows. When I used to tint windows, I don't do that anymore. But just trying to get the right height. Trying to get the right height on both sides. The gap pretty much the same on each side. I think that's gonna do it. Like I said, as far as the height of this, you can adjust those buttons to raise it up or lower it. It all depends on where you need to adjust it so that it has, this is sitting where it needs to sit. We do have a low spot here, but when I put a button in this area, it will raise this spot up because it won't go down as far. But as for here, I think we got a pretty good platform. I think so. So from here, I think I'm going to go ahead and measure out where I'm going to put these because I want them to be even. And I'm going to start with the diameter of that bolt itself, and we'll work from there. But I do know that I want these in the corners. Got to start somewhere, so I'm going to start here in the corners. Coming from the bottom of the window channel itself. Looks like a good measurement. 4 inches, and from this edge here over 6. So we go 4 by 6. And I'm going to the center of the button. 4 by 6. 4 by 6. And it looks good from here. So that's where we're going to put our first set of holes. I'm gonna start up here first. I'm gonna work my way down. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna mark this so that I can drill it out. There's two. Okay, so from here, we're just going to drill down straight through the trunk lid and down through the body itself. I'm gonna bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm referring to. Alrighty, that's a little bit closer, a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to drill directly in the center of this circle that I just drew using the button itself, the base of the button. I'm gonna drill directly in the center of that hole, and I'm gonna go directly straight down through the base of this body. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I drill through this side and drill through that side. Then I'll lift the hood up and you can see where I went down inside that channel. There's plenty of room up here. There's a lot more room up here than it is on the sides. So I decided I would do this part first. That way my trunk lid is not going to be shifting, it's not going to be moving around. I will get this drill first, get these studs put in, get the buttons on. That way I can at least snap the trunk down and hold it in its place where it's going to be sitting in its location. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drill these holes. First I want to get a measurement as to, I believe it's probably 1/4. Actually it's 228. 228. We're gonna go with the letter F drill, which is a 257. We're gonna have a little bit of play, but that's okay. It's better to have a little wiggle room to where I can manipulate it if need be, than it be so tight to where I gotta go back and make a hole a little bit bigger later. So I'm gonna go with a 257 drill. It really doesn't matter up on top as long as I'm in the center, because this is gonna open up approximately 3/4 here on top. So now we're gonna ease our way down through this, down through the center. Okay. Now we're going to go straight down through the body. Make sure he hasn't moved. We want to make sure he stays where we want him. I like it right there. I don't want it to move from that spot right there. Which is good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna open up this 3/4, so I can go ahead and put my button on, get this one fastened down so that it'll hold itself in position. Okay, that should be okay. Let's see what we got here. Perfect fit. Let's take this here. We gotta mount this down. Gotta mount this down on the inside. And I will show you exactly what I got going on here. Okay. This is probably still a little bit high. Still a little bit high. Let me go down a little more. Let you see the concept of how this works. It doesn't take much. And it just latches itself right where it's supposed to latch itself. May want to go that way just a hair. I can move that pin a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the concept as to how this sits down inside of here. Okay, so this is what we're working with. We're working with putting these down inside the channel. And I will put one here, 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 and then one over in the other corner. That'll give me my 4 across here. 5, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. So we will be using all 8 of them because I want to make sure that it will be holding. But this is the concept, and this is what I'll be doing as far as going around the perimeter of the trunk lid itself. Warm out here. Won't complain. Okay, let's see how good this lined up. Now the last one, I did do a little fine tuning. I didn't just put a hole, but I put a little slot so that I can adjust it if I need to adjust it a little bit. That gave me a little play, a little leadway to be able to adjust it, not so much as a bigger hole, but just an oval hole so that I can adjust it to get the right distance from the trunk to the inside of this lip here. Didn't want it too far on one side as onto the other, so I did put that little oval shape hole so that I could shift it. So let's see how good this one turned out without even having to put an oval shaped hole, even though I probably will. A Dremel works very well for that. So that's what I would recommend, using a Dremel, because a drill, you know, people, they'll take a drill and they'll go back and forth with it. That ain't doing nothing. that ain't doing nothing. It's for real, it ain't doing nothing. So let's see how good this one came out. We won't tighten it down too tight because we may have to adjust it anyway, but that's just going to give us an idea as to where it is. It's home. That's it. That is it right there. I'm gonna like those. What I did notice, some of these, people sell these and they're exactly the same, but some of them, what they do, they'll sell a little spring under the bottom of them. What that spring does, when you push that button, it pushes that panel up. So when you push the panel down, it kind of has a little tension on it. So I'm sure that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna end up putting a little bit of a spring on top of these, on top of the bolt itself. I will be putting a spring in this area right here between the bottom of the button and this here, which is the bottom of the trunk lid. So when that has a little bit of tension pushed down on it, it's locked, it's seated. You push that button, it pops up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna spend the extra money that they were at. Oh, they were talking crazy just for that little spring attachment. Just I said, nay, there's no way. These mosquitoes are coming out. I said, there's no way, not me. All right. So we have two of them in, and that worked real nice. I mean, that worked real nice. Now when I put the other ones in here, I'll be able to adjust it to where this is going to sit exactly how I want it. See, that's that looseness. Even though it's latched, it still has that looseness. But with a spring under it, it's going to push that up. See what I mean? You put some tension on it. With a spring under that, pop right up. But without a spring, push that button all day, it's not doing anything. Put a little tension under it, pops right up. So that's where I'm at. As you can see, I'm losing daylight. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to shut this down right now, and I'm going to come back and see if I can't tackle this a little bit later. I know it's getting close to 9 o'clock. I'm not trying to be out here all night. I just wanted to see where I was as far as how I'm going to do this. I have a perfect idea as to how I'm going to do it. So in having that idea as to how I'm going to do it, it's going to work out real fine. It's going to work out real good. So, with all that being said and done for today, I'm going to shut this thing down, and I'll pick it up a little bit later, and we'll see if we can't finish it up, and we'll show you the finished product. All right, peace out. As you can see, I'm still out here. Dark outside. Thought I'd come back on and capture a little bit more of this action. Show you guys what's going on. We got the measurement. We went from this pin here, and we found out we can only go so far back. I can only go actually, what was it, 27.5 inches back from this pin before I would be running into some tabs that I mounted on so that I could mount these inside panels. I didn't want to interfere with those tabs, so I had to move up just a little bit, approximately about an inch, just to clear those tabs. So here, 27.5, half of 27.5, 13.25, which puts me right directly in the center so that I can have these buttons uniform in this trunk lid. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, let's see what we got here. I may end up notching a little bit of this channel out just to give this boat some clearance, because I gotta have this boat on here, and it's got to sit flat. And that's not going to sit flat up there. So I'm going to have to notch that out, which is not a problem, just so that we can get our boat down in there. And we will be using our Dremel for that. When you use something like this, you have a lot of fine shavings. I'm gonna have my vacuum going to suck this up as I'm grinding it. So I'll be making a little bit of noise, but you're not gonna hear it because I'm gonna edit that part out. Piece of cake. All right. Raise him up a little bit. I'm gonna say right there. And we gotta put these on. It's on the bottom, which means I gotta go back behind this panel. Just to give us an idea as to where we're at. I'm gonna take this regularly. It's worth it. It's rubber off here. I will, but not right now. It might help in the process of what I'm doing here. I will adjust that up just a hair, just to level it out. I'll tell you what, this is going a lot easier than I expected. My first time ever doing something like this. Like I said, I'm an encourager. I'm encouraging you guys. If I can do this, you can do it. You can do it. Don't go giving you change to somebody else to do something that you can do. You can do this. I know you can do this. I'm very much pleased with that. pleased with that. So now, our next measurement was down here, which was 27. Anybody remember? 27 and a half. 27 and a half from the center of the pin up here. Being that I'm putting it on the 1 inch mark, I'm going to 28 and a half here. And I measured in from the edge 7/8. I had it at 3/4, but I wanted to get as much in as I possibly could because I was cutting it so close to the edge here. And right there, it's cutting it close, but you still can see the edge of the trunklet itself. I'm in far enough to where this lip is in enough to still see the edge of that trunk, which is fine. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with that. It doesn't have to be in too far, but I don't want it right on the edge either. I want to have enough. I want to have a gap in between. Okay, so 27 and a half down here, and we're measuring in. Okay, let's get the 27 and a half first, which is right here. And we're going to measure in 7/8 of an inch from not the edge of the trunk, but the edge of the body itself. That's going to put us right there. So we're gonna shoot us a drill down through here at Mach 2 and see if we can't get done out here messing around, because it's just getting later and later. But I began to think about it. You know what? If I don't do this, who's gonna do it? I gotta get this stuff done. There's a lot that I have to get done. I have a date set to take this to Pennsylvania, and that's in July. I know it seems like a little ways out, but that should give me time to get my gaskets instead of trying to just put a regular set of gaskets on the block and sticking it in here just to get the headers made, bring it back, pull the engine back out, tear all that stuff back apart. No, I'm not doing that. So I'm just gonna go ahead. My gasket should be here. We'll get that engine put together. And when I say we'll get it put together, it's gonna be completed. When I send this car to Pennsylvania, this motor's gonna be complete. I am not taking it back out until fall. But enough of that, I gotta get this done. So let me get back to where I left off at. Once again, as I said it before, I sure like the smell of fiberglass. I mean, it just has I just like the smell of it. It's nothing about it, you know. It's just when you smell it cooking, it just has a nice smell to it to me. Okay, so we can pop these back up. And these here, simple as on here, putting it in, tightening down the nut, call it a wrap. Use an old crescent wrench just to snug it down a little bit. Ain't gotta over tighten it. Knowing that I notched the last one out for a nut, I might as well go ahead and notch this one out. Okay, knowing that I notched out the last one for a nut, I might as well go ahead and notch this one out as well. She's gonna slide down there like the other one did. Or is it gonna cause me some problems? I don't know, we'll find out together. Would you look at there? All right, so we can get back behind this panel one more time. One more again. Okay, let's try it again. Would you look at there? Man, I'll tell you, I don't think it could have got no better, no easier than this. I really don't. Now, I did realize there's something that I am gonna do, because my wing will sit on back here. I'm going to purchase possibly maybe 4 more of these, and I'm going to take them along the bottom, because there's nothing. Let me show you what we got going on. There will be nothing that would support this. So if I go across the bottom with 4 of them, I think that would be sufficient as to giving it a little bit more support, a little bit more stability, a little more rigidity. So, you see where I'm at? Man, I like this. Oh, I got 2 more. And I think I'm gonna call it a wrap, knowing where the other 2 will sit. Because of doing this side, it's gonna be a lot easier, a lot quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna knock that out, and I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product as soon as I get the other side done. Of course, you know it won't be finished because I still gotta put those in the bottom. So it won't be finished, but it'll be close. You have the gist of it. All right. Well, I'm gonna shut you down right here, and I'll come back to you a little bit later. Go ahead and get this marked off, measured off, and see if we can't plug some more holes. And I'll be back in a little while. Peace out. All right, what's happening? What's happening? It's late. It's late. I should have been in the house. But when I get started on something, I like to get done. Now there's 2 more that I need to put on, but I'm not putting them on tonight because it's late and I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. But I did finish. And I think it turned out Very nice. I'm not going to put any up here. I realize I don't need them up there. I might. But as for now, I know I don't need them up there. So the remaining two that I do have, I am going to put those down here. I will put one on this side and one on the other side, because what that's going to do, that's going to allow me to level this out at the bottom. I'll be able to put one here and adjust it wherever I want it to sit, which will level it out right where I want it to be. So, other than that, buttons, that's a wrap. I'm gonna call this a done video, because these other two, you saw what procedure I'm going through to do those. It's no different. It's the same. I'm just not doing it tonight. I may do it tomorrow when I get off work. I don't know. I probably will, because I like to get it done. But other than that, I think it turned out real good. I think it turned out very well. And I'm gonna show you a little bit better view here. So this is what we're working with. Like I said, I may put a couple up here just to lift this up, because when you use those, you can raise your panel where you want it. So I'm sure that I probably will either put just one in the center or two more. I'm not exactly sure, but I do have to put one up here so that I can raise this panel to level it off, like I had to do on the sides. I had to fiddle with it to get it to where they're level, but we got it pretty much to what it is. I still have yet to, I gotta put the other lights back on, but I gotta get all the buttons in first. I wanna get it all buttoned up first, and then we will put our other lights back in the back. And I am gonna also go ahead and put the hose in it for the wing on the back. Other than that, I think she turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, definitely let me know what you think about it. You can do it. You saw me do it. First time ever doing it. You saw me open the package. Wasn't sure I was gonna do it. End up doing it. If I can do it, you can do it. So, with all that being said, and with all that being done, I'm gonna shut this video off right here. And be sure to go back and browse some of the other videos. And we're just gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna try to keep putting out informative videos that will encourage you to get out in that garage. Get out in the garage, do something to that hot rod. Quit playing. All right, we're gonna shut this thing off. We're gonna go in the house and we're gonna get some sleep. 392 Blurred Lines coming at you. Peace out.